The Army Upgrade Channel reports that the Persians are urgently reinforcing their air force with the latest fighters. Since the West is excluded from Iran's list of possible military equipment exporters, Iran views Russia and China as the main suppliers of fighter jets. As recently as 2015, the Iranian Air Force considered the Russian fighter to be the undisputed contender. Negotiations are currently underway for Iran to purchase a batch of Su-30 multifunctional fighters and Yak-130 combat trainer aircraft, as well as Fregat-class surface ships and submarines. However, much has changed now. Tehran no longer needs long-range aircraft, such as the Su-30s, in such large numbers. So it is much more important for them to protect the airspace over the country with classic interceptors. So, they will consider either twin-engine MiG-35s or single-engine J-10s. Both aircraft are of the 4++ generation, are new machines, are easily integrated with Iran's air defense network and have close price tags. China's Chengdu, aka the Flying Dragon, is cheaper, but not by much. From a military point of view, the MiG-35 is preferable to the J-10C. The MiG fighter is more maneuverable and its missile weapons are more dangerous for Western aircraft. The R-37M air-to-air missile strikes more accurately, farther and faster than the Chinese Place-15 counterpart. Third, the Iranian pilots and technicians will not need a long time to retrain, as they have a fairly good experience with the MiG-29A already in the Iranian Air Force. However, Iran has preferred the J-10C. Earlier, the Iranian media harshly criticized Russia for double game. And to Beijing there are only words of gratitude and assurances of sincere friendship. The Chengdu J-10C has won the contract after all, which means one thing. The combat advantage of the Russian fighter aircraft over the Chinese one is no longer as obvious as in the recent past. In other words, the speed of modernization of military aircraft in Russia and China is clearly not in favor of Moscow. In addition, China, investing huge amounts of money into new air-to-air missiles, announced that all buyers of the Chengdu J-10 would automatically get access to new types of aviation weapons developed in China. Since the modernization of the Place-15 foresees outstripping the creation of interceptor missiles, which will have no equal in the world, the Chinese plane has better prospects than the Russian MiG fighter. For more on the US decision to decommission the legendary A-10 Thunderbolt II attack aircraft, see the link at the end of the video, and don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring the bell to stay up to date on our releases. And if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave comments below. We're happy to hear your feedback. See you on the Army Upgrade channel. That's according to the Royal United Services Institute for Defence Research, RUSI, from the UK, which has published a special report that names the Orlan family of drones as the best. Orlan is not a strike UAV. Its baggage is electronic warfare and guidance systems integrated with artillery and missile systems. The main section of the report is titled Promisingly, Assembled in Russia, Manufactured Abroad. The use of publicly available civilian electronic components on the internet is called one of the main distinguishing features of the Eagle. However, the developers and authors of the complex do not agree with this and refute the myths. No, microchips taken out of washing machines and dishwashers, about which the press was buzzing, this is not about Orlan. Nor are they involved in the increasing theft of speed cameras from Swedish highways. What police radars are there? We use only new excellent cameras of the latest generation, though seriously improved, explain the engineers. But the programs familiar to tourists and geocachers for preparing navigation maps were indeed used at an early stage. Now they have been replaced by their own software, but compatibility remains. The reason for such a step is curious. The cartographic material from the Ministry of Defense is all secret, and special authorizations are required to work with it. And publicly available maps, which are updated daily by amateurs, allow solving operational tasks. Speaking of secrecy, here, for example, is a detailed list of components found by the enemy under the hood of the Eagle. The main manufacturers are the United States, Switzerland, and Taiwan. But what are these components? 3G modem from penny Chinese smartwatches, GPS module, right now available on Ali for a small amount of money. And so on. It is unrealistic to control the supply of such components, let alone block it. In this sense, Boeings, which by the way are made of Russian titanium, are much more vulnerable. Engineers explain, it is not the microchips that are original in their product, but the circuitry of the blocks, which, thanks to the fact that they are developed and manufactured here, can contain different stuffing. And the efficiency of such a solution has already been proven by practice. We are not constrained by a strictly defined set of components. Changes are possible. The general designer decides on them. And this allows us to respond flexibly not only to sanctions. By the way, electronic warfare is one of the initial profiles. Like all classmates, Orlan is able to fly to points without the participation of the operator and continue the task even in conditions of loss of communication with the base. But when the connection appears for full control, it only needs a minimum bitrate. A separate story: internal combustion engines. Until 2022, they were Japanese 4-strokes, now their own 2-strokes on the basis of blocks from friendly countries. But the trick is that neither Japanese nor Chinese internal combustion engines for lawnmowers can work continuously for more than a few hours, read the manual. And the Orlan can stay in the air for a very long time. It's all about individual refinement of each copy, the details of which are the secret of production, as well as the correct calculations. The design is arranged in such a way that the engine spends no more than a few minutes per flight on extreme modes, hence the reliability and fuel efficiency. The Orlan does not carry a combat part. But, according to the already mentioned Royal Institute, extremely effectively reveals air defense when, acting in a pack, one device forces the Air Defense Division to turn on the target illumination, another fixes the radar, and the third, as a repeater, transmits coordinates to the position, say, Iskander. Video about 5 secret military aircraft being built in the US, see at the end of the video at the link.